For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
Out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Many fans regard Floyd Mayweather as one of the greatest defensive fighters in boxing history, but there is still ongoing debate in boxing circles about a hypothetical matchup with Terence Crawford. Some analysts believe that Mayweather, being retired and no longer in his prime, will be taking a significant risk in terms of reputation and health if he ever faced Crawford, who is known for his sharp timing, strong offense, and ability to adapt to different styles.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. Of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
So that was a big take. But
not really.
I think so.
Both of them. Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
the what?
He doesn't have the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people were he was saying that people were underestimating him because of that.
When Floyd Mayweather retired from professional boxing, he did so with a perfect record of 50 wins and no losses, a milestone that remains one of the sport's most iconic achievements. Many supporters also regard Terence Crawford as one of the finest defensive and all-around talents in modern boxing, as he remains undefeated while capturing world titles across multiple weight divisions. He is widely respected for his adaptability, sharp ring IQ, punching power, and smooth ability to switch stances mid-fight. As long as Crawford continues to dominate his divisions, debates and comparisons about how a prime matchup between him and Mayweather would have played out are likely to grow even louder.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. It was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo, who, listen, previously, man, he was wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
Legendary Shane Mosley, a former 3-division world champion, sparked debate when he suggested that Terence Crawford could have an advantage over Floyd Mayweather, at least in certain phases of Mayweather's career. Mosley pointed to Crawford's punching power, hand speed, and smooth stance switching, arguing that these traits create new angles and scoring opportunities that can trouble any opponent. He even stated that Crawford possesses the tools necessary to beat Mayweather. However, he also clarified that a younger, sharper, and more active version of Mayweather would pose a very different challenge and could make the fight significantly harder for Crawford.
Go ahead. Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford this.
Timothy Bradley has openly stated that he believes Terence Crawford could defeat Floyd Mayweather even at his absolute peak. Bradley described Crawford as a highly intelligent and complete fighter with exceptional timing and ring awareness. While he fully respects Mayweather's elite defense and footwork, He argues that Crawford's offensive versatility and tactical approach could allow him to break through Mayweather's style and potentially secure a win over 12 rounds.
Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Jab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And Zab wasn't quite a Shane-level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd be a great match.
Amir Khan has expressed strong respect for Terence Crawford and believes he has a real chance of defeating Floyd Mayweather. Khan explained that Crawford controls the pace of a fight by disrupting his opponent's rhythm, making quick adjustments, and applying smart tactical pressure. Reflecting on his own experience in the ring with Crawford, he noted how Crawford consistently made him miss by small margins before responding with sharp, accurate combinations. Khan also rated Crawford above many top welterweights and suggested that even Mayweather, despite his legendary defense, could struggle against Crawford's offensive skill, ring intelligence, and fast reactions.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, probably one of the best fighters I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fighters like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously I've got caught with a good shot and got knocked out or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather.
Frampton, a former two-division world champion, suggested that Terence Crawford achieved more than just a win over Canelo Alvarez. He also gave a different perspective on Crawford's comparison with Floyd Mayweather following that fight. Frampton explained that Crawford's performance against Canelo, particularly the way he controlled the pace, applied consistent pressure, and dictated the rhythm, showed he has reached a level where he could realistically be discussed as a challenger to Mayweather at his peak. He added that the real separation between great fighters often comes down to technical ability, ring control, and finishing power. In modern debates about prime Mayweather, Crawford's performances are increasingly being used as a reference point for elite-level comparison.
Feeling that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but if you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some were expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We've seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo, but there's a way he can win the fight, and that is by outboxing him.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound for pound spot?
You have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be in.
Shakur Stevenson has stated that Terence Crawford may only need one more major victory to be considered among the greatest fighters in boxing history, particularly after his win over Canelo Alvarez. Stevenson highlighted Crawford's complete skill set, smooth footwork, and sharp ring awareness as his biggest strengths, suggesting these qualities are capable of neutralizing Canelo's offensive pressure. He also believes that beating a star of Canelo's level would represent far more than another title win for Crawford, turning it into a defining moment in the sport. In his view, such a victory would firmly secure Crawford's legacy among boxing's all-time greats and silence many of the remaining doubts about his place in history.
Beats Canelo convincingly, right? Would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like.
But that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right, I want
Regardless,
your
it's
opinion.
opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But
thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes too. Like
Yeah,
the shit
yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
watch with him is like he's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
Crawford has responded to comparisons with Floyd Mayweather by saying their careers and styles are completely different, explaining that Mayweather fought in another era with different opponents and pressures while his own journey has taken a separate path. He said he focuses on what he can control, improving his skills, choosing the right fights, and staying consistent, while ignoring outside debates, because in his view real proof comes from performances in the ring against top-level competition rather than discussions about records or fantasy matchups, and he judges his career on his own achievements instead of measuring himself by Mayweather's legacy.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Many boxing analysts have criticized Floyd Mayweather for his recent exhibition bouts, arguing that they can damage the perception of his legacy and the sport itself. Their main concern is that these events often feature non-elite opponents such as influencers or YouTubers rather than active top-level fighters, which reduces the level of real competition. Some critics also believe the exhibitions are driven more by financial gain than sporting merit. Oscar de la Hoya has been especially vocal, calling certain bouts embarrassing and saying they undermine boxing's credibility. Other commentators question the overall entertainment value of such matchups and argue that they do not truly reflect elite-level boxing skill or competition.
But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you got a guy in the environment that we're living in at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out of the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him, he made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at the press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up, the managers have got to step up, the trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's...
Eddie Hearn described one of Floyd Mayweather's exhibition fights as terrible, saying that such events can damage boxing's reputation because they lack real competitive balance and reduce the sport's credibility in the eyes of fans. Stephen A. Smith also criticized Mayweather for choosing opponents far below his elite level, arguing that he appears more focused on earning money than protecting his legacy and even questioning whether he values wealth more than his reputation.
Appointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this.
When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody.
Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson are reportedly set to face each other in an exhibition fight in spring 2026, a matchup that has already triggered widespread debate across the boxing community, with many fighters questioning the purpose and legitimacy of such show bouts. Mayweather has repeatedly defended his exhibition appearances, explaining that they allow him to stay active while earning money on his own terms, and he argues that retirement does not mean stepping away from everything, but rather having the freedom to choose when and how to compete. He also points out that these events continue to draw attention from both longtime boxing fans and casual viewers, even if they are not official competitive fights, and he compares earning large paydays through exhibitions to other major figures who remain financially successful and influential later in life.
Dubai, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I'm smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what
Views of boxing experts suggesting that Floyd Mayweather should avoid a fight with Terence Crawford are not just casual opinions, as Crawford's recent performances have significantly influenced discussions about who stands at the top of the sport today. Promoters like Bob Arum have even suggested that Crawford could defeat Mayweather at his peak, and many analysts believe such a matchup would carry more risk than reward for Mayweather unless he were able to return with his old speed, reflexes, and competitive drive. As a result, some voices in the sport argue that rather than risking his legacy, it may be wiser for Mayweather to step aside and allow Crawford to continue building his own legacy inside the ring.